Hey everyone, this is Delta, and I'm from the TheSofaBros Team, and here I am with another Minecraft tutorial. This tutorial is on a double fence gate tutorial. It's using redstone currents. So as of 1.1 update for Minecraft, the gates can now receive a redstone signal and turn off and on. So demonstrate like such. Very simple door, uses pressure plates as an input. I've made a tutorial on a single door, so check it out on my channel if you want. This is for a double door. So the uses for the door itself would be for mobs and whatnot. This is not really a good security measure as simply the player can open and close it. However, for mobs this is perfect as the doors when completely open don't have any mass at all and any actual clipping mask. So a mob won't get stuck on the door at all. However, when closed, it's completely closed and the mobs will get stopped and stuck. So the uses of this could be used for sorting out mobs or directing mobs into a certain area and whatnot using water streams and however you want. So we're going to get on to a broken down version of this tutorial. Okay, so we now have a broken down version of the actual door setup that we just showed you then. So it's very basic. It may look a bit complex, but we'll go over it step by step. And it's quite easy to build itself. So right over here I have a completely broken down version. This is only one half of it, completely one half of the gate. And we'll show you how it works. So pretty much the gates will turn off and on by sending a pulse directly into them, a signal, not a pulse, sorry, directly into them, below them, a block below them, or a block to the side of them. Now, as we're trying to hide the wiring, we're not going to send a signal into them, we're going to send a signal into the block behind them. So this one over here, the top gate, gets a signal behind it from this wire here. The bottom gate gets a signal from below, from the bottom block over there. It's quite simple. And broken down like this, it's quite easy to understand what actually happens. So turn it off and on, and also you can use pressure plates as well. So we're going to get over to building it now. It's quite simple to actually build, so it won't be long. Okay, so we have a nice open area to work with. I suggest having some area cleared out originally. So the area itself that we'll need to dig out is a 5 by 8 by 3 deep hole, and this is just so we can base our wiring in there. So it's a nice and easy hole to dig out, so we can actually have the wiring and whatnot placed around. So so first off we'll dig this out. It won't take very long. So it's 5 by 3 by 5 wide by 8 long by 3 deep, and this is so, like I said, so we can host all the wiring and support all the setups and whatnot for the system itself. It doesn't take long to mark out, and all the wiring is done mostly underground. There's only the signals that come up, so all the contraptions such as the inverters are all done underground and whatnot, so we can actually not have most of the bulk of it up ground, so instead of it's all below ground and easy to figure out. So we have now a 5 by 8 by 3 deep hole. Like I said, I've marked it out just already so I can get the tutorial straight. So all we need to do is now create a 2 wide path in the very dead center. So should have 3 blocks on each side. So 1, 2, 3. So have 1 block here, 2 blocks here. So making sure you pass the center. We're just going to complete this path all the way out, like such. And just so we can visualize what we're actually doing. Now in the very center, we want to create a pillar that goes up like this. We're going to create 2 high pillar and get rid of the stuff off the bottom. Put your fence gates there, like such, and just so we can now have the fence gates all ready like that. So now we need to do the wiring to them. So wiring is quite simple as well. So we want to place a block right down here, and then a block there, so we have it kind of diagonally going down. Same thing on the other side. So the side's exactly mirrored. There's only one thing that's slightly different. That's the return wire for the signal over here. So we can place the pressure plates now. So just going to grab the pressure plates, and we want to put it one away from the actual door itself. So right here. So 1 block away, like such. So determining your face doesn't really matter which way you can do it. But I'm just going to do it like this. We're going to hop down to the hole, and directly under our pressure plate, so directly over here, on both sides, we're going to place 2 blocks like this. This is just so we can receive the wire signal from the blocks itself. So the wire will go down and whatnot. So on top of both these blocks, we need to place 2 wire. and we'll need to start connecting them up eventually. So when we press hop on one of them, so if we'll put an item on there, you'll notice that the actual light up like that. So we'll grab that out. So what we need to do is, the pistons need to be always active, or the doors need to be active at least. So we need to create a inverter. So what we do is we run a wire out on both sides into a block, like such, and on the edge of this block we place a torch. So now that both signals are now active always, and then now we need to bring this torch out, a wire on the ground right in front of the torch, so now the signal's active. It goes back into here with a torch on top. This torch is now turned off, so it uses the signal. So now the initial signal's turned off, and now this signal's turned off, which will then come up here eventually. So it's the exact same thing on the side. So once we have the torch coming out here, we want to pull the wire out into a block with a torch on top. Easy done. That torch becomes handy, which we'll see soon. We need that actual inverter there to invert the signal horizontally. So what happens with a torch is that we can pull the wire out above the block into the top gate like such, and on the other side as well. So we're pulling it up like that. So now that we actually step on it, the top one turns on. So the top one turns on by the torch turning on over here, which powers the wire itself. Simple as that. We now need to run the wire into this block over here. So placing a block like that. So one block there, one block up, diagonally like that. We now power the block underneath. Same thing again. Remove that block and power it like that. So now it should work perfectly fine. So now that we have one side working fine, as you can see, we want to connect up the other side. So right now the other side does not work at all because it's not connected to anything at all. Simply, all we have to do is either side, if you want, just run the wire down into the block like that, and we're done. That's all we have to do. Timing's all fine. It's the exact same time on either side, and the door stays open for the duration of the walk forward. You can change the time if you want to do using pulse lengths and whatnot. That's a tutorial already. It's really basic and really done. So I hope you guys liked it. Like I said, check out my channel for other gate doors. I have a single one that uses both pressure plate and lever. So if you're interested, to check out my channel, youtube.com/TheSofaBros. That's pretty much it. So like I said, yeah, check out my channel if you want any other tutorials. I do a fair bit of working with redstone and whatnot, so check them out if you want. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed it. If you need any help at all setting this up, just please send me a PM or a comment on the video itself, and I'll be more than happy to help anyone out in need of actual help itself. So hope you enjoyed. Like I said, give it a feedback if you did. And yeah, so we'll see you in the next tutorial. Delta out from the Surfer Bros. See you later.